Hello, everybody. This is Pebbles back with your dear old friend Pebbles back with episode 5. Last time we rated the Aurora, and we're gonna halfway kind of, and now today we're gonna finish reading it. Let me finish my mic real quick. Yeah. So let's without further ado, let's get right into it. So yeah, we gotta get the black box data so we can find out what's been going on. Some pretty weird things been going on. Oh yeah, there are like a ton of soft lock points in this place. Like your head can get stuck in a wall. I watched the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem with the boys, What a Weird World, Prince and the Man and Ethan the Man, and it's a very good movie. I will say it's up there with Puss in Boots: Last Wish, which is like one of my favorite animated movies ever. Oh, oh crap. Anyways, I was medkits. Oh good, we have those. Might as well just use two. Anyway. Okay, that was the first time I sweared in this playthrough. Okay. Anyways, I was saying, so would highly recommend. It's a very good movie. Um, something I noticed a lot of these modern animated movies are doing these days is they're getting like a 2D style of art, like oil painting or comic book or something like that, and then they're just like animating it in 3D. I love it. Like, um, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse did that, I think. Um, with a comic. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish did that. Use that style like an oil painting. So I really like that style. It was a very good art style. The plot itself, it's a pretty simple plot, not very complicated. Traditional this guy wanting to genocide everybody, but then they stop him. Although what I really like about this movie is that I don't see this in very many other movies. The, there's teenagers like there a lot of the other I like never have seen a TMNT movie before this, but like just movies in general. Whenever there's a teenage character, I never feel like they're teenagers because they're always played by like 30-year-old people. So, but these are actually voiced by kids, not kids, teenagers. Oh yeah, and everything looks hand drawn also in the 3D animation, which I like too. But let's see, codes and clues, lab access. If you need to tweak your equipment, please use the mod station in the forward section or retrieve pre-configured equipment from the lab next door to the data queue. The door code is 6483. Okay. Since they're actually voiced by teenagers, it makes it seem 6483, right? It makes it seem a lot more authentic. You got I think my favorite is Donatello. He's most relatable to me. He kind of looks like me. Donnie is my favorite because he's most relatable to me. He kind of looks like me because he has like glasses like mine. And I love the Attack on Titan references. Basically, the only anime that I watched was Attack on Titan, so I made like a bunch of references to it because he likes it. So he's really similar to me in a lot of ways. You can tell he like, hasn't really hit puberty yet, so his voice is like higher than everybody else's, which is kind of like me before I hit puberty, and now my voice is low, but I was slow to catch up. And we watched 3 other movies, so I got a lot of reviewing to go through. We're gonna be at this for quite some time. Okay, I think that should be everything, right? Ow, ow, ow. Oh god, that makes me anxious. Okay. All right, next movie. We watched this at like midnight that night because we had a sleepover at Branson's. The Creep. The Creep. It's a very good movie. Another 10 out of 10 movie. I'm very impressed, I will say. It's a horror movie, obviously, if you couldn't tell by the name. So is there anything in here that I need to scan? That's what I'm looking for. I don't think so. He's talking about the modification station, but I don't see any fragments here. That's fine. Let's just go. The Creep. So um it was made by Blumhouse Productions. We're making the FNAF movie. So that's kind of like my test to see how like, how good their movies are to judge if the FNAF movie is going to be good or not. And let's just say that movie gave me very high hopes for the FNAF movie because it like just something about the way it's one of the like kind of like I never it's one of those found footage ones that it's like a found footage. There's no really music or editing or anything, but it's really good. So this guy, he's given a job offering, and this other dude is dying of cancer in like a couple months, so he needs to like film him or something to see like his behavior. So yeah, that did not load in for quite a while. Anyway, so he has to like film this dude, right? Because he apparently is dying of cancer. he's making like a film for his son who hasn't been born yet, so he can watch it when he gets older. But um, some very things go off road very quickly, I will say. Um, so apparently, um, hmm, one day his data was acting funny, so he checked the search history and found lots of um bad pictures and videos involving animals, and the only other person in the house was his wife, so he knew it must have been her. And yeah, this gets very unhinged and dark, but yeah, he buys a wolf mask and does stuff, and then I'm not gonna go into detail, but like anyway, but over time you can kind of tell, like you can clearly start to gather that he acts kind of like normal. He acts like a nice guy, but like a lonely old man who just needs a friend in his last days. But you can tell that after he admits the whole story to him off camera. Well, he claims it's off camera. He actually just keeps it recording. But yeah, he claimed it's it's very dark. So he tells him his whole story, and then he kind of freaks out. He found out that he actually stole his keys, so he can't get into his car. So eventually tries to block the doorway with the wolf mask on, and he doesn't really show, but they get into like a fight, and then he escapes. I have a fire extinguisher. I'm not gonna bother with that. My stuff is gone. I got plenty of stuff now, anyways. Eventually, he escapes, and then over a couple weeks, the guy starts to stalk the cameraman dude, and like he sends him all these videos and stuff, trying to get him to be his friend, but he's just trying to escape from everything. And then finally, as one last resort, he's like, "Hey, meet me by this lake. It's a nice open public area now, so you can't go wrong. We'll all be fine." And so he agrees, and he goes there. What's that here? Something down here. I'm sure there's nothing. So he agrees and goes along, and then he murders him with an axe, wearing the wolf mask out in public, but nobody seems to notice somehow. And yeah, that was the creep. Just I think I realized like a lot of horror movies these days. I think what they're missing is subtle horror, because that's often most effective. That's what the creep used. Just he occasionally acted super weird, and you were always just at the edge of your seat, wondering what was going to happen. It just made you super uncomfortable the entire time, and that's why I love it. It was just design was so genius. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention another one. This pretty forgettable horror movie called The Wretched. It was not great, just a pretty generic horror movie. Like this like shape shifting witch creature who can become the imposter from among us and take up people's appearances and like have sex with you or something. Yeah, she does that with the humans while she's in human form, but it's a fine movie, I guess. Not outstandingly horrible. It's like I'd rate it like a 3.5 ish maybe out of 5 stars. So yeah, that was The Wretched. Don't got much else to say. Oh yeah, then we got The Creep 2. The Creep 2 was not as great, but of course, what can you expect out of a sequel? Because usually with a movie that great, the sequel is not going to be that good, and it was not. It was the same guy. He was actually lying about having cancer. He was fine, but he had murdered like 40 people. Then he tried to get this like girl out a web series about responding to strange ads online, and then she went to his house, and then like they hung out for a few days and did stuff. Not it's nothing outstanding. The Creep 2 is not awesome. It's definitely not as great as the first Creep movie, but it's decent, I guess. So, yeah, that's it. We finished raiding the Aurora. Next time, I think we're gonna go to the floating island to start building a base. Hope y'all enjoyed, and have a great day. Hope you enjoyed my movie reviews, because that's basically all today's episode was. Very short episode, but like I said, I'm gonna start uploading less frequently nowadays. Man, more, I mean, like, not as long uploads. So, hope you enjoyed.